Hey guys, so I wanted to show you a few updates we made to Rocky's enclosure. We will be upgrading him and building a custom enclosure for him that's about 5 feet by 3 feet by about 30 inches tall, so a little bit taller than his 40-gallon breeder and definitely bigger. He's getting really big. He's almost 2 feet long now, and he just really needs the room. You can't really tell right now because he's hanging on the log back there and most of his body's hanging off of it back behind him. So, but if he does get on the log and elongates himself, you'll see that he takes up most of the log. So some of the changes I made recently just to give him a little bit more room is I switched these two bowls for basking in water. Now, ideally, I would want to keep this big one as the bowl that he can soak in or drink from, because he does do that. But it took up so much room that he really didn't have room to poop or go and get food or anything like that. So I went ahead and switched these two since this one's a little bit smaller. I'm going to just keep it like this for now until we upgrade him, and then I'll switch it back. So, anyways, he, sorry, I just got a text message. So anyways, last week, he had an incident where his light, this light bulb went out, and my hand happened to be in the enclosure when the light went out, and he like freaked out. And I don't know if he could see like his reflection really good in the glass at the time, or if my hand looked funny to him with the light off. I don't know, but he like freaked out, and I didn't know if he was ever gonna like be back to his old self, and I feel like he is now. Yeah, I see him basking with his mouth open. He's trying to self-regulate his like body temperature, thermoregulate in fact. But anyway, so after that incident, I was talking to my husband about it, and we were like, we really should put tile or something on the inside of the enclosure so we can't see his reflection, because we felt like that may have contributed greatly to how upset he got when the light went out and he could see himself in the reflection. So what we ended up doing for now, until we build him the enclosure, is we bought 12 by 12 sticky tile. And it took us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It took us 6 different sticky tiles to fully get on all the surfaces, other than the front, obviously. So what I do have is I do have a piece of slate or a slate tile here, because he typically poops like right here, and his water is here, and this is where the seam is for the 2 pieces of sticky tile there in the front. So I didn't want any moisture to get, or bacteria to get in between the seam. So I went ahead and put a ceramic, that's the word I was looking for, a ceramic tile here just to keep it a little bit more sanitary. All right, so it didn't take long to actually measure or cut the sticky tile, but what we ended up doing for the stuff that has the suction cups, you'll see that we cut a hole just bigger than the suction cup. That way we could still use it without having to buy a bunch of command hooks, because those can get a little bit expensive, the more you buy. But so we ended up doing one here, and then these 3 are on the glass, and we had to end up cutting one for this one back here, and then for this, let me just open it. So yeah, you're in the video. Alright, so for the ones that are back here, Let me go in here and show you. We cut holes up here, down there, and in that corner up there, and then that corner down there. So we ended up cutting 4 for that. But he has seemed to really adjust well. Having the sticky towel here, he hasn't like ripped anything or poked any holes in it with his nails. I give him plenty of things to crawl on already and climb on, so he really doesn't have that much surface other than over there. He'll kind of climb up against that wall to get, he likes to get behind this netting, which is really funny, and crawl across here or up here on the log or on the cave. He really does enjoy getting up here to bask under the UVB light. So yeah, I think that, you know, if you're going to keep your 40-gallon breeder as a permanent enclosure, you might want to consider doing something to the inside that's non-toxic to prevent them from seeing their reflection. I found that ever since we did that, he's been so much more calm and even just seems happier now that he's not in a place where he feels, you know, threatened or that he has to protect himself, you know. So anyways, this tile seems to be holding up very well. Has not started peeling or anything like that. I have not noticed any kind of smells that have come off of it, like from the heat or anything. So yeah, so you may want to consider doing something like that. If I was going to keep this enclosure as his permanent one, I would have used actual ceramic tile all across the floor, just to keep it a little bit more sanitary. But I think sticky tile is fine, just as long as you put something to seal the seams across the corners, and then in the middle maybe like some kind of sealant that you can use for aquariums, you know, something like that. So anyways, just do your research before you do things like that, and, you know, possibly expose your dragon to any chemicals or things like that. So, oh look, you can see his teeth really good. So monstrous. Yeah. All right, guys. So anyways, wanted to just give you an update on what his enclosure looks like now. And like I said, I will be making a video later when we actually go through the building process of building him another enclosure that's going to be his permanent. And we are going to make a stand for that. And this enclosure is going to be one that we use for travel, like in a travel trailer. So we will still keep this one. So anyways, thanks for watching. Bye, guys.